As we go deeper into the summer months, it becomes the time when we may harvest some of those summer annuals that we planted, say, a month or two ago. I think it's important that we understand the possibility of a couple of toxins showing up in stressed plants. These summer annuals, such things as millets, sorgo-Sudans, Sudan by Sudan hybrids, sorghum Sudans, even Johnson grass would fall into those categories. The two toxins that I'm concerned about are nitrates and prussic acid. And they're very, very different, even though stressed plants will have the chance to cause either one or both of those situations to arise. In the case of nitrates, it is a salt that actually is accumulated in the plant where the plant has taken up a lot of nitrogen out of the soil, but because of the stress situation it's in, it hasn't been able to metabolize that nitrogen on into plant protein, and it accumulates as nitrates. We want to remember that if we have actual nitrates showing up in some of our plants, that if we cut it and harvest it, it's still going to be there next winter when we feed it. Now that's a little different from prussic acid. Prussic acid, a compound that causes the problem, hydrocyanic acid, actually is in the form of a gas that once the cell walls of the plant are broken, and that can occur if the plant is harvested and allowed to cure rather thoroughly, then a good deal of that gas will escape into the atmosphere and no longer be certainly in as high a concentration. So understanding those two differences, I think, is very important. That cutting the crop will not solve our nitrate problems. Cutting the crop and allowing it to cure thoroughly will reduce the risk of prussic acid poisoning. We can never say it totally eliminates it, but certainly can reduce it rather dramatically. That means to me then that if we're going to go ahead and cut this for hay sometime in the future, we probably want to test for the nitrate concentration in these plants before we actually run the mower out here and put it in the windrow. We can stop by our local county extension educator and visit about sampling techniques, testing techniques. Some of the extension offices will have those field kits that can come out and take a look to see about the presence or absence of high nitrates in the forages. And if we're still having questions about it, we can go ahead and get a sample of the forage, send it off to the OSU Water, Soils, Forage Testing Laboratory here at Stillwater and get a quantitative or a look at the actual amount of concentration in those plants. In the case of prussic acid, there are also some field tests available, and I think we want to remember that if we're going to get a sample and send into the diagnostic lab for testing, that has to be done very, very carefully because of the fact that it's a gas, it can escape, and you want to do that sampling according to the directions that you would get from the county extension educator. Test the forage before you cut. That way we're not in that situation where we've already put in the bale something that's toxic and is very, very difficult to handle and to feed. I hope that you'll go to the SunUp website. That's sunup.okstate.edu. We've put a couple of show links up there. One, a fact sheet about nitrate toxicity in livestock. It's fact sheet PSS 2903. There's another fact sheet there on how to take a good forage sample to send to the laboratory. Both of those will be real helpful to you this summer as you put up a good feedable hay crop for your cattle this winter. Hey, we look forward to visiting with you again next week on SunUp's Cow-Calf Corner.